the wait there, just getting my headset situated. Welcome back to Thedas, and the Western Approach, specifically. We were just collecting a few items for Blackwall here. A couple of Grey Warden things, if memory serves. So let's see what else is nearby here. We'll check the map. We have a question mark nearby. What could it be? What could it possibly... Let's go check. Alright. Hello, friends! Hello, obvious friends across the dunes. How are you? Oh, nope, they're enemies. What a fool I've been. It's so nice to be back in this world. It's been a couple of days since we've gotten to return. As evidenced by the fact that I've left us out here in the desert, in the middle of nowhere. But we're back now. That's all that matters. Alright, sneaky peeky time. Let's find those shards. And 3. Alright. Hello there, welcome. So nice to see you in the chat. Good morning, if that logically applies. Alright, so we got that. Let's see what else we have here. We could collect the shards while we're down here. This one is right where we came from. Let's go grab it. I'm sure those shards will be useful later in opening a door or something for us. Would be wasted time. I don't know if I even got up here, actually. Which is a silly mistake. Almost missed out on this regal ballista. Couldn't have had that. I like how it loads the other shots in from the side. Craftsmanship. Alright. Yeah, we'll be fine. Hold out my inventory slots for rarer items. But what about your gold stores? I hear you crying. Aren't you going to sell the other items for gold? I should. Yes, I'm sorry. I should be doing that. Good morning, good morning. We could call in a mount here, but I'm having so much fun. Just slogging through the sand, ankle deep. I'll be taking that. That'll be coming with me. Oh. There we go. Oh, hey there. Lovely home. Lovely summer home you've got. Let's take a quick look for containers here. Lootable containers in his lovely summer home. Nope. No theft for me. Alright. Last one must be just up on this ridge here. And then we'll be headed north. Nice little camp. Once again, disappointing lack of lootables, but cozy. Almost there. Oh, it seems like it might be up a level. Yep. Alright. There's all the shards in the southern quadrant. Or whatever we should be calling this. Pretty cleaned up down here. Let's move along to this Fade Rift. That's meeting Hawk. We might want to slip past that and get the other camp first, but we'll check once we're up there. We might have time to launch right into meeting Hawk, but I'm not sure. Oh, come on, headset. Behave. A firm, round pommel. That's what I like in a blade. We do, if we can get to camp, like we could go from this camp even, but let's keep exploring just a bit. But if we can get back to the war table in Skyhold, I'm sure we have new war table missions to retrieve. Rewards and such. See what we can do about that. No. Bad, sneaky ground man. You're not gonna get at my thigh meat. And again. Now they did. They finally got at my thigh meat. I thought I had it out of there. Apparently not. Okay. Close. Okay, so here's where we would be meeting Hawk, I guess. On the path leading to that fortress, seemingly. Interesting. Oh, we're just gonna sit here and trade blows then.
The name on the manifest is Frederick of Skyhold. Didn't we meet him?
Why, yes, we did. Frederick is the researcher at the Nazaire's Pass camp there that we just passed by. Apparently has some more research supplies. I think we had 2 left. We need to get to him. 1 now. Get out of here, small enemy. I'm trying to claim this land. You guys can keep hitting him, that's fine. I'll wait. There we go. A nice abandoned mine for the Inquisition. So let me mark this real quick. See if we can make it up there, and then maybe we can jump back to Skyhold momentarily. We do have some more shards and landmarks to claim. What fun. Alright, let's go ahead and call in the mount. It's time. Warnog, how are you? Alright, we do have another rift we could close down there. I'll go past it for now. Light overlook. This is so nearby. Let's jump down. I guess it's not gonna let us do it. I hoped they would move on by. Oh, and there's reinforcements coming in. Good, good. Good doggies. Ever see that animated film, All Razor Quillbacks Go to Heaven? Or was that just me? These things have so much health, it always feels like an absolute tragedy and a crime. Dorian and I in a dark alleyway, just kicking and kicking this poor thing while it's down. The film all grainy to prove that we're evil. All right. Maybe finally we've given our pound of flesh here, and it will allow us to claim this. Varric, you're looking very handsome today. Sorry, just wanted to check your burlap sack there. Alright, let's get back up on this ridge. And we'll see what this is momentarily. Anything to loot? Any time now, mana. Alright, peeking up here. Or maybe it won't let me. It looked like such a makeable slope with the sturdy tread of my boots, but okay. I'm very used to disappointment. Don't worry about that. Looks like we have arrived at the camp spot proper. Razor Quillbacks? Nobody invited you. I swear, if you brought me Buzz Lightyear bedsheets, you're never gonna live this down. I've gotta get out of here. This thing is very interested in my scent. Blackwall, would you care to pitch in? Okay. Setting up camp before it gets worse.
Inquisitor.
Before anything else puts quills in my back. Lovely. All rested up. And ready for love.
Look
Boy,
around.
would I like to peek up there, because there does seem to be a ladder and something lootable. There must be an entrance I'm missing. Perhaps around the other side. Give me just 1 second here. So sorry. You leave for 2 minutes and come back to Buzz Lightyear bedsheets? What's happened? What's this? There's a staircase down. I wonder if that's how I get up there, but that seems counterintuitive. And it's closed. Alright. This must be the, after I find all 3 astrariums in the western approach, that must open, is my guess. So how do I get up to that ladder? This is looking almost less steep on this side, but I think that every time, and it's never a way up. Let's try these rocks. Oh yeah, a little stair-steppy effect to these rocks is what does it. Thank you, gentlemen. I'm not sure why I called the rocks gentlemen. I didn't take the time to sex them. So, that's just a guess. Oh, secret cheese haven. Welcome. Welcome to my secret cheese haven. This is where I keep my sausages, my skeletons, my tiny action figures, and my loot. Strum, strum. What is this tiny action figure? Who do these cheesemongers portray? And who is this very bold raven? I have so many questions. Bottles of Thetis, a little West Hill brandy, with notes of black currant, with a honeysuckle finish. It also tastes like brandy, if you're curious. Mostly brandy. These figures are very interesting, but it must just be a little scene that this man in his drunken one-legged stupor set up to entertain himself. I love it. Pity that the sausages have gone off, but oh well. It's hardly vegetarian, and Varric is watching his figure. So there is one camp left in the western approach, far, far to the north. Far to the north, where your parents might have told you stories about, oh, I don't know, shirtless woodsmen swimming in the snowbanks. I don't know your parents personally, but I imagine they were very weird, so that's why I went that way with it. There's something down there. Hidden stairway, extremely old and weathered. Its boards bear subtle gouges where clawed feet have tread. There are no indications of who built it or for what purpose. It's clearly just here to provide a landmark for me to claim, then. Good morning and welcome. So nice to see you there. So nice to see you all on a Tuesday. Of all things. A Tuesday! How dare you! See if we can figure out what this question mark is momentarily. Pardon me, Varric? Oh! We almost had a situation there. I almost had to cut just the abdomen out of your shirt so that we could have a situation there. What? Welcome back to Orlesian Shore. Alright, that must have been the question mark. So there is a rift there. That is, we finally arrived at the doorstep of the keep that we could take for the Inquisition here. The western approach. That's second out of 3, I believe. I completely forget where the third one is. So I'm wondering if we shouldn't take advantage of the fact that we're near a camp to run back to Skyhold and get more missions going, is the only thing. However, we're so close now to that camp, I kind of just want to press ahead so that we have all 4 of them unlocked. Let's see if we can do that while it's still marked. I will, however, call my mount back in. See if we can get by these ambushes here. So I know that that area where there's like green clouds coming up is actually poison well springs of some sort of sulfurous gas coming from down below. And I can, once I've studied it, I can have the war table like send people out to close them. And it may be that I need to do that before I can get to this area. I don't recall. Let's see if this is claimable first. No. No, we don't want to fight with you. We just want to claim things. Ah, I should have gone for it. Probably had enough time if I hadn't have been making light of the situation. There you go. You found it. Poison sulfur, wouldn't that make them unwell springs?
Grandmother of all
I
clocks.
love it.
We're not getting in here.
So I do believe this is the other side. Last session we were on the other side of this door. And I was wondering if we just had to get over to this side and there might be a leather? No, a lever. But apparently that's not the case. Keep searching for the mechanism. Let me see if I can study one of these springs here. There must be another claim point. Preferably before it starts to kill me. There we go. So crossing the sulfur pits
Someone at Skyhold
will now be at the war table waiting for us. So, the only thing is, I'm not sure if I can get to this other camp. We may have to go back to the camp we just unlocked and then do this operation in order to get to it. Let's take a quick peek out here and then we can fast travel back to it if need be. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Probably need to douse the sulfur pits first. Fair enough. Let me just look to make sure there's not a double operation. Yes. That is just choking me. Good. So I think that will be the way to get up there, to the last plateau. That being the case, I will just get out of combat here and fast travel back to camp, and then we'll jump to Skyhold. Cut to me getting involved in one sequence of combat after the other the entire way back to camp. Good, there we go. Now, if it still says no saving, give it a second. There we go. Alright, I guess I don't even need to get to camp. I always think I do. But you can fast travel back from anywhere. Here we go. I'm just role-playing. Nope, we have to make it back to camp so that logically we'll be provided with horses to get to Skyhold. Nah, it's a game. Just go from anywhere. Oh no, is it Tuesday? I thought it was, but now I'm not so sure. It's Tuesday? It is so nice to be back in your company, you all, as I stare directly into the camera that's not active. Welcome. So I'm going to head right for the war table. It may be that we have some more conversations to perform at Skyhold at this point. We'll have to take another pass. Maybe next session we could make it a big dialogue dump. But for now, I'm going to run right to the table and unlock those sulfur bits. Depending on how long it takes. Snap, snap. Everyone join me. I am the Inquisitor. And I have questions. Cullen, how do you explain your sense of fashion? Question 1. Defend your choices. Alright, what do we have in terms of Inquisition perks? You know what, I always keep forgetting. There's these knowledge ones, and I know that those give you 50 extra XP for any, like, book or poem or whatever you find letters out in the world. I always forget that they also open up new dialogue options. And that is, like, my favorite thing. That's always the thing I go for in games like this, where you can, get, say, charisma or something to unlock new dialogue options. I'm like, ooh, I must have those. So I can't believe I forgot that that was a part of it. I'm going to go ahead and get political knowledge, like nobility knowledge first, because I know that history would also be really, really good, but we'll start with nobility. We've got this big Orlesian court mission coming up. But I'm sure having a little knowledge of nobility will help me out dearly. So, if you're playing along here, get that earlier so that you also get more of the XP boost. I was kind of trying to leave it off to the wayside so that we could get XP naturally. I didn't want to, like, skip ahead too much. But I forgot about the dialogue options, which are much needed, so we're readjusting. Improved stability. Cullen and his men took out some demons. Good. Josephine took care of a political situation, and Leliana was identifying a Venatori agent. The target was eliminated, and as expected, all other targets went into hiding. Duke Tithys did not locate our operatives during his search. Information the Duke found on the corpse revealed the smuggler's Venatori involvement. Duke Tithys has cut off trade with the Dvinter Imperium and is thoroughly investigating his city. Hunter Fell is no longer subject to Venatori influence. Good. So that must be the end of that little quest line up in the north there. That got us quite a bit of influence. Rather nice. Choose a successor in Lides. I think we were waiting for Josephine to be free for this. Yes, and let's just do it with a few well-chosen words. We won't ruin anyone's reputation with Leliana.
Let us begin.
Though it does sound fun. Alright, Josephine is engaged. Dvinter Resistance. That actually seems like maybe one that spun off of that Venatori agent, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. So I forget who Maevaris is. I received some news from Maevaris. It seems her little resistance has drawn support, just as she hoped it would. Thing is, that support comes in the form of idealistic magisters with no real power, while the ones who might see her group as a threat are the true heavy hitters. Reading between the lines, I'd say Maevaris is in more hot water than she lets on. She is crafty, but she could use more help right about now, or the resistance might die on the vine. Up to you, but if you ask me, any enemies of the Venatori should be friends of ours. Alright. Eliminate one of her enemies, the rest will believe she can strike at them with impunity. They will back off. That sounds fun. Or we could send Templars who are able to disrupt magic to put the Magisters in their place. Let's do it with Leliana.
Inquisitor.
That sounds like the way to go. Alright, jumping back to Ferelden. What do we have for Cullen here? Can't seem to get to that one. Maybe it's escape routes, okay. It's just not doable right now. Not doable by Cullen. Power for a price. A grand march. Oh yeah, that's my favorite thing, and not at all a huge waste of time. We'll save that. Shadows over Denerim. Send forces to aid in the manhunt. Not only should we help, but everyone should see us doing it. Alright, so she can't, and Leliana would quietly hunt down Venatori spies. So it's like, I don't know why we would quietly do it necessarily. Sure, I'll send Cullen.
Right.
We'll loudly hunt down some Venatori spies. Okay, so that is everyone sent back out. I don't believe I have anyone to judge at the throne room or anything like that. Good morning, all. Welcome, welcome. Let's check in with Josephine at the very least.
Lady Cassandra feels her connections with the Navarro.
Pardon the interruption.
Of use, my lady. Of course she does. Inquisitor, I must speak with you.
What is it?
I'm here for it.
I must explain something first about the Montilyet's fortunes. My family made their fortune as traders in Antiva until a scandal exiled us from Orlais some ages ago. It's devastated our finances. The Montilyets have, in fact, been in debt for over 100 years.
I had no idea your family situation was so precarious.
Hardly anyone outside the family does. For generations, we've done everything to keep creditors at bay. Sold our lands to stave off interest. It's just... it is infuriating to see my family still reduced to this. I'm to become head of our house. If I sell any more of our land, my family will become destitute. That cannot be my legacy to them.
Most people worry about their next meal, never mind an estate.
I'm not blind, but I worry for my family. My foolish sister Yvette with her daydreams. My brothers trying to rebuild our fleet with their own hands. Is it wrong to hope they never know hardship?
Again, I'd just refer you back to the hungry folks, but, maybe you could have a little hardship and we could balance it out?
Is there anything I can do?
I'd almost solved our problems. For a while. I negotiated a chance to reinstate the Montilyets as landed traders in Orlais. We could rebuild with that. But when I dispatched paperwork to Val Royeaux, I've just learned my carriers were murdered. And the documents
I can't
restoring
have
my family's
that.
trading status destroyed.
Who has done
Do you
this?
have any idea who murdered them?
Leliana made inquiries that bore success. Comte Boisvert, a nobleman in Val Royeaux, claims to know who killed my messengers. He has a request that you come when I meet him, so he's seen publicly conferring with you.
Gross. That makes me feel dirty. All right.
Being seen with me gained the Comte.
The Comte will drop hints at parties he's to meet with an important visitor. Allies and rivals will take note. Once he's met you, there will be speculation. The Comte will subtly spin reports to his advantage. He will use us. But if he knows who killed my people, I ask that we indulge him.
Oh, sure. I don't mind being a pawn for you, Josephine.
If that's
Let's
what
do
it
this.
takes to get to the bottom of this, I'll meet this Comte with you.
Thank you, Inquisitor. It means... you are too kind. I must know who killed my couriers just to harm my family.
Let's get to the bottom of this. Meet with Josephine in Val Royeaux. So I can probably just go right there, I suppose. I save it, just in case. It's been a while. Alright. Val Royeaux. And who should come along on such a thing? Vivian? She might have something to say. Let's say Cole for that secret knowledge. That secret knowledge. And Sarah to make comments. We're ready. Vivian to make helpful comments. Sarah to make other comments. It's all very important. There are few people in the world that I would drop everything to go assist, and Josephine Montilyet is one of those people. All right. Back in the lovely capital of Orlais, with its bright colors
It's the Grand Ball
and its seductive guardsmen.
I trust you've heard
Ooh.
of befell Roderick at Haven.
I seem to be going this way.
Something you need.
Josephine.
Do you know where this noble wanted to meet us?
I do. The Comte Boisvert invited us to his mansion, not far from here. I pray he clears up the deaths of my messengers, as promised.
I'm not ready. I need more time. It's been such a long week. I just... Hold me.
Lead the way.
Okay, let's go. I see that missed fist bump in the chat. Delightful. Utterly charming. Comte, explain yourself. Oh, sorry, I was early. I was hoping to burst through the saloon doors there, ready to go, but Comte, you explain yourself. Was I too late?
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for seeing us, Comte Boisvert.
I see that's
You're
the
not
leg
mine.
position you're going with.
Please,
All right.
sit. It's an honor to assist two such distinguished guests.
Hey there. I'm gonna try to be polite.
We appreciate your help, Comte.
The death of Lady Montilyet's servants must weigh heavily on you. Have you heard of the House of Repose?
The Assassin's League?
My contacts obtained a copy of a document in the archive. Contract for life.
The House
So
of
this is
Repose
more
hereby
complicated
swears
than we
to
thought.
anyone attempting to overturn the Montilyet's trading exile in Orlais.
They're not just after your messengers, Josephine. They'll try for you, too.
I am afraid so, yes.
The contract was signed by a noble family. The Du Paraquets.
But the Du Paraquets died out as a noble line over 60 years ago.
Indeed. But the contract was signed 109 years ago.
How can a family try to kill you after they died out?
The Du Paraquets were our rivals. They drove the Montilyets from Val Royal. This contract was drawn up over 100 years ago, but it wasn't invoked until I tried to overturn my family's exile.
Unpleasant though it may be, the House of Repose is merely fulfilling its contractual duties.
Relic of the past, complicating our future. Good.
The people who wanted your family dead are gone. Why are the assassins still after you?
A contract is a contract, Inquisitor. Orlesian businesses live and die by their reputations. The entire guild's welfare would be endangered if an agreement was tossed aside on a whim of time or fate.
She's quite right, Your Worship. The House of Repose is doing what it feels necessary, by its standards.
So, what do we
I assume you
do?
have a thought or two on this, Josephine?
The Du Paraquets still have descendants under the common branch. If we elevate them to nobility, a Du Paraquet could annul the contract on my life.
That will take time, Lady Montilyet. Time during which the House of Repose will be obliged to hunt you.
Will they now? You are exceedingly well informed. You're not to have said you'd heard rumors, at best.
A bit of subterfuge. This contract on your life is an ugly business. One the House of Repose deeply regrets. But this is Orlais. Even an assassin's word is his bond.
Does Comte Boisvert actually exist?
Absolutely. The Comte's offer to reveal the killers of Lady Montilyet's messengers was genuine. So was his information somehow. An end to be tied up later.
I thought you were remarkably well informed about a secret assassins guild.
We are hardly secret, my dear Inquisitor, just normally much more reclusive. The contract on Lady Montilyet's life is so unusual, we felt the courtesy of an explanation was in order.
It is...
Before you
Monsieur?
Your idea to seek out the Duparakет to revoke our orders is an interesting one. I wish you luck. I did not come to shed blood today, Inquisitor. Only to speak. Might I pass?
The classic. Do you want to let the guy go to be polite, even though he will try to kill you later, or do you want to be really strict?
Why warn us about your contract and let us go?
In Orlais, it is only decent to inform those involved in a contract when extraordinary circumstances conspire.
And the guild's reputation would suffer if you ignored the contract. I quite understand.
Thank
This
you.
is all very genial,
May we conclude with my departure?
and so I'll continue.
Go, then.
Good day,
We'll see each other again.
my lady. I pray we never meet again.
One of the nicer meetings I've had with an assassin. A little sunshine, a
Well, I
little
didn't think our meeting would
wine.
end like this.
We'll deal with these assassins.
I have some thoughts. Let's discuss them back at Skyhold. I'll feel safer with the castle's walls around me.
Do you hear something?
Oh, goodness. Comte Poivert, is that you? Oh, the lock's been broken off. We'll find a saw. I realize the cabinet is quite valuable, Comte, but surely...
Let me out! Let me out!
Locksmith?
No, don't
Then-
break the expensive cabinet. Keep me in here.
As you wish.
Okay, we'll call a locksmith. No problem. Oops, we forgot to call a locksmith. Oh well. Alright, let's see if there's one more cutscene here. Back home. To set up the next steps. Now, that is one of the nicer assassin meetings I've had. Do you often meet with assassins? No, not often. Only a handful of times, really. None of them quite so, polite. All right, home sweet home. Let's run back up to Josephine's study. To study, Josephine. Please, Inquisitor, stop looking at me like this. Why does she speak this way? I don't know who that's supposed to be.
I'm so sorry, Inquisitor. I never thought my family's trading status would trap us in an assassin's plot.
That's fine.
You couldn't have known it would lead to this House of Repose coming after you.
It still shouldn't have slipped past me. I've tracked down the last Duparakets. If they become gentry, they can annul the contract on my life. We'll require a noble from Val Royaux to sponsor them, a judge to provide documents, a minister to ratify them.
It's so like you to take the longest course of action, even when your life is at stake.
Do you
I
have another
assume you
plan,
already know
Liliana?
everything about this mess.
There is a faster way, Josephine. The original contract on your life is in the vaults of the House of Repose. If my agents
Heist.
infiltrate it and destroy the original, the assassin will have no obligation to chase you.
Liliana, please. I want no more bloodshed over a personal affair.
Don't be so stubborn, Josie. How long will it take you to gather these favors in Val Royaux?
Give me some time to think this over.
I'll post a watch on our ambassador in case the House of Repose visits.
I appreciate it, but I still believe elevating the Duparakets will solve this. First,
I appreciate
we
it,
need to perform some
Liliana.
favors in Val Royaux. I'd be happy to discuss where we could begin.
Alright, so we got an operation destroying the House of Repose's contract. That's Liliana's path, seemingly, so I'll have to be careful on the war table that I don't activate that.
Any news on the
I don't know how Josephine starts off exactly.
You said I'd have to do some favors in Val Royeaux if we want to make the Du Paraquets lords.
The Countess Dion is our first step. Her lover, a mage from the White Spire, is missing. Bring her news of him and she'll be very amenable to sponsoring the Du Paraquets as lords.
Okay. Now I have another operation. Find a sponsor. So I just need to bring her news of her magely love at the White Spire. Let's see what that one takes here. I don't think we have anyone available to send out, but we should be able to see it first. Yes, so there's Leliana's destroy the contract. Find a sponsor for the Du Paraquets. Who can do this? I guess we don't know until they're freed up. Fair enough.
Yes, thank you.
So we probably have to wait about 3 hours for Josephine to be available again. But that's no problem. Next session, we'll have something fun to do. That being the case, I suppose we can fast travel back out to an open world. If we want to save more Skyhold conversations for later. Nice to catch up with Josephine a bit, though. I guess I failed. I got so focused on applying them all to a new task, I failed to check the Sulfur Pits mission, didn't I? What a fool. So we'll have to wait, again, about 3 hours for someone to be available for that. I should have sent Cullen to that one. I got distracted. My apologies. But no big deal. Let's see what else we have going on here. Ah, it does look like we got all of the research supplies. I thought we still had one to pick up, but we must have grabbed it. So we can get back to Frederick there. He is right next to a fast travel point, so that will be easy. Let's see what he can do with all of his research materials. And I forget, we picked specific people that had things to pick up. I'm not sure if there are any more of them, but let me go ahead and take the same people just in case. I believe it was Vivian Blackwall and Dorian for Venatori agents, maybe? Varric. It was Varric for Red Lyrium. There we go. So many days ago now. And me with so little gray matter to go around. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear you're not feeling well there. I hope the day improves that. I hope that there's chicken soup, perhaps applied by Neti Pot. I think that's the most effective medicinal way. But maybe that was a prank book I was reading.
Nothing.
All right. Thank you for the report anyway. Oh, Frederick! I got a present for you, buddy.
What was that? Oh, my fellow researcher. What can I do for you?
I
Here's
have
some
the
stuff.
supplies you were waiting for right here.
Now that I have my recipes back, I'll be able to concoct a bait the High Dragon cannot resist. I have most of what I need, but I still need to gather quillback intestines and a phoenix's tail feather.
Oh, sounds dangerous. Good luck with that.
You study dragons? I'd be interested in hearing more about that.
Oh, they are fascinating and little understood creatures, thought extinct for centuries. Now they seem to be making a comeback. The Nevarrans wrote extensively on breeding and nesting behavior, but high dragon hunting patterns have never been studied. I would be most interested if you come across any Gurn corpses that might be victims of dragon attacks.
Gurn corpses. I have not come across this phrase. Tell me more. Okay, I'll look for Gurn corpses. I'm too curious. Give me one moment. What do you mean by this, Frederick? Oh, is that like a creature? Gurn corpses. I see. I thought that identified the corpses in some way, like burnt. But Gurn instead. I'm like, what is that? What does that mean? Okay, so that must be the name of a creature. I'm on the right page now. Phoenix tail feather seems like an awful tall order to me, but okay. We'll see what we can find, Freddy. Fredward. Checking the map here. We're in the area that we mostly cleared out here down in the south. Dragon signs found. That's interesting. So that does not look like the same door. You know how I was saying we came across a door that was locked, and then we came across another side of a door that was locked. It doesn't look like it's the same door. But they might lead to each other in there somewhere. So the Phoenix tail feather is somewhere along this main canyon. Let's jump right into the thick of it here on Craggy Ridge. See if we can grab some of these shards. At the very least. And another save sure wouldn't hurt. Before I do that, I've got a couple of points to spend. Alright. And one useless blast of lightning. For luck, I guess. Be good to clear up this rift, too, if we can. And now that we're on this Frederick mission, I wonder if there's a point to fighting these quillbacks. They're still just as healthy as ever. Alright. Good. Quillback intestines. Now we just need to find that Phoenix tail feather. I lost the will to continue that word. Halfway through. It's like an F and E. You'll figure out the rest. I'm too tired.
Let's look around.
Okay, something hidden.
Quillback guts.
Dragon
Fantastic.
signs, cool.
Are we really doing this?
So those are a radius item, or whatever that is. A sonar pulse item? No. Looks like we've got a mark of the rift stored up. I wonder if we could use that for phase 2 here. I want to give it just another second. There we go. Probably also want to gather them in one area instead of just doing it for no reason. How about... Oh... Let's say now. That definitely took some health off of them. All right. So we have 2 more dragon signs here. Let's go ahead and clean those up before I get distracted. Should be 2 more sonar pulse items. And I've leveled up, level 11. Hello, cute little fennec fox. What are you doing out in the desert? That looks like it. Alright. 3 out of 4 dragon signs. Where is the last? I guess any of those 3 is fine. Cool. Probably fast travel it once I get out of combat here. Right up there. Oh, yes, please, for the coffee. I'm in. I am, at the moment, desperately uncaffeinated. We'll need to change that. I'm still not quite ready. 1 more second. There we go. Alright, this should put us right underneath it. There it is. Alright, got the hunting locations for Frederick. We need to find a phoenix tail feather still. A message fragment. Interesting. Code requisition. So the Venatori are speaking to each other in code, and if we get enough fragments, we can decipher it. That will help. It will help in Dorian's mission of vengeance, I'm sure. So let's check one of these Phoenix areas. I'm not sure what it's wanting us to do exactly. Also appear to be sulfur areas. Specifically, probably for this purpose. So I'm not sure if I'm looking for a enemy to beat and take a phoenix tail, or what? And that is not a fun place to breathe. So, this may be another one that needs to wait until our next session so that we can get those sulfur pits cleared. Which I, again, foolishly did not do. Let's see if I can get into any of the other search areas without sulfur here. There's one sort of in the middle. See if we can figure out what we're looking for at the very least. Do you guys have any phoenix tails? Please stop mumbling. You're freaking me out even from over here. I'd really love to concentrate on the sorcerer rather than just some random dog, but sure. Ah, it's finally one of those Venatori tomes I've been needing for my Rift Mage specialization too, which is great. Eek. So much choking. Can I make it just to there? Nope.
There's nothing this
Apparently
way.
not. That's a shame. It's like right there. But I don't even know what that is. It just looks like another one of those Gurn corpses. Just gonna take out one of these to make sure it's not them that have a phoenix tail for some reason. I can't imagine they would. But here we go. There it is, phoenix tail feather. Alright. So now we can go back to Frederick. And I don't think we need to worry about that search spot. It's very likely just another one of the Gurn corpses, an alternate if needed. Alright, so I'm fast traveling back to Nazaire's Pass. This is going rather well. Almost out of time, but hopefully we can set up this big dragon hunt or whatever's at the end of this.
What was that? Oh, my fellow researcher. What can I do for you?
Literally jumping for joy because I found you some things.
We spotted several dragon signs around the approach.
Most excellent, my friend. I don't suppose you noted the wound pattern? No matter, I'll look into that later. Andraste's mercy. From what I can tell, the dragon has been moving east and will be scouring the wastes next. Naturally,
Varric
the
is
dragons
not
hunt
interested
rivals
in this
for
conversation.
miscreants, White Claw raiders. They've covered the area in traps for Maker only knows reasons. Quite a mess.
And here's some, still wet with blood, feathers and things.
One tail feather and one.
Hold out your hand.
As requested.
My friend, you are invaluable. I will certainly note your assistance in my monograph on the High Dragon. I will attempt to lure her out as soon as my background research is complete. Mistakes could be deadly. The ancient Tevinters wrote volumes on the study of dragons. I believe they had a laboratory in this desert. If only their work had not been lost. Truly, the Blights set the field of draconology back centuries. Deplorable.
We'll have to speak some other time.
So there could be a secret dragon laboratory? Find Tevinter writing on dragon luring. Awesome. So next step, before we can lure the High Dragon out, is to get rid of some traps and find some old Tevinter writing. Fantastic. Let's see where on the map that is. Somewhere in there. In the canyons. That will be great. Hopefully we'll have plenty of time to come back to that next session here. So, by the time we reconvene, someone should be free, Colin or whoever, to do the Sulfur Pits mission, and depending on how long the timer for that is, I'm hoping it's rather quick. It may even be one of those instant operations. We could jump right back to the Sulfur Pits, clear up this last camp, pick up a couple of things. It'll be lovely. Until then, I guess I had better go for now. Unless there's anything else real quick I can grab. There's a trap down here. Let's make that a last thing. Trap all by its lonesome to the south. Give this one more save here. Maybe next session we'll have procured or can dye this armor to a more exciting shade. It has been fun to blend into the desert, but I think I'm ready to step out on the town again, with perhaps some dark crimson hues. So I'm looking for some sort of trap, eh? That's suspicious. Not seeing anything I instantly recognize as a dragon trap. Maybe it's in one of the fringes of the search zone. It's not whatever this thing is it? Let's get closer to this camp. Don't need that, but thank you. Ooh. Doesn't seem to be anything in here. Managed to gather everyone together. Tiny break in the excitement. Time to get greedy. Okay, so seemingly no dragon trap in this camp. Plenty of swords. Do appear to be here concentrating on the dragon based on that note, though. So I'm not sure which direction to look. Aha! That's apparently it. Just a bear trap, basically. Okay. Very small. Not really what I was looking for. But good to know. That will help us for number 2. And the rest. I was, for some reason, expecting something similar to that fancy ballista we saw earlier. Like, that, to me, was a dragon trap. And I was searching for something of comparable size and machinery. This is a bit of a letdown, but oh well. You know how I love to end these streams on a low note. It has been an absolute pleasure to be back in your company and to be in the company of such fine Variks and Vivians. I hope that your Tuesday is a smashing success, and I will be back here in Thedas at the next opportunity, hopefully with working vocal cords and a song in my heart. Inaudible, thank God, but it's there, deep inside. All right. Bye for now. Thank you for your time, your kind attention, and your patience. Not to mention your company. Lovely to see you. See you soon.